Welcome, everybody, to the league. It is week 8. And last week, nothing too special, man. Nothing's changed in the standings. Some records have changed. I was thinking about starting to put up the, not probabilities, but who's eliminated and who's not. But after going through, even the tanks can still make the playoffs. If they win out and again have some crazy shit happen. So I'm not gonna do that. Maybe next week. Maybe I'll start making week 9 the playoff shit on the screen here. Let's recap last week, week 7. The Tiger Sharks were able to pull off the, I guess, tiny upset, not even an upset anymore, of the Vietnam Voyagers, 118 to 101. Tiger Sharks looking pretty damn good right now. A team that is kind of just chilling there. They're just chilling at 5-2, and I don't know. They're a little scary. They're banged the hell up, but they're still pulling off some wins. They just need to get healthy and stay healthy, and they can do some damage in the playoffs. The Rune Dogs took down the Tanks pretty easily. The Finesse were finally able to get their second win on the season over the Miami Cartel, which they should have done anyways, but they beat the fuck out of them, almost doubling up the Cartel score, 137 to 75. So pretty big win there for the Finesse. They need to keep it going. The Quailmen were able to take down the Cavs. The Cavs have looked, I think they've lost, 3 straight now? And they're already in a hole this week as well. So the Quailmen, though, able to pick up their 3rd win on the year, looking pretty good doing it. 138 points scored for them, and they're sitting at 3-4. But they're still a dangerous team with Herbert and Judkins and Bijan Robinson. Those 3 guys are very, very deadly. But can they carry this team to the playoffs? It remains to be seen. But they're still in there. The Trolls were able to take down the Mothmen in a big game last week, 167 to 130. So even though the Mothmen put up 130, they still got whooped by 37. The Trolls are deadly, and they are definitely looking like the best team in the league right now. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is just killing it. I mean, he hasn't scored below 11 points on the year. And every other game besides a couple, he's scored at least 20, and most of his games he's getting 30. So JTT's looking just super nasty over there, and the Trolls are just looking mighty fine. Look like they're just going to roll on into the playoffs and secure a bye for that team. On the other side, you got the Columbia Dumpster Fire taking down the Heaters. Heaters put up their best fight of the season, 135 points, still lost. By 30, 166 to 135 from the Dumpster Fire. Dumpster Fire are also 6-1, looking to grab a bye coming into the playoffs in a few weeks. And I guess we got like a month and a half, but hey, and they were able to separate themselves from the Mothmen in doing so. Well, because the Mothmen lost to the Trolls, so now they've got a little bit of breathing room. All the leaders in each division have at least a 1-game lead, and it's a very evenly matched league right now. The top 5 teams, and I would say 6, but we don't really know what's going to go with the Cavs and the Rune Dogs, but the other 5, Voyagers, Trolls, Sharks, Dumpster Fire, and Mothmen, all looking like they've pretty much, not 100% obviously, but they've almost secured their playoff spots. Again, as it always comes down in this league, it's going to come down to that final 6th spot, which the Cavs and the Rune Dogs are currently battling out for that as we speak. So the Quailmen are the first, well, not the first, but on the outside looking in right now. And let's get into the power rankings. Power rankings, pretty simple. Not much change. You still got the Tanks down there at 12. You still got the Cartel here at 11. And you still got the Heaters at 10. And you still got the Finesse here at 9. The bottom feeders here, the Finesse got to win. Heaters finally put up a fight, but these 4 teams, they're not out of it yet, but they're looking pretty rough. Coming in at number 8, though, we got the Quailmen, again, picking up a win last week. And they're in a tough battle against the Mothmen this week. So, big game for the Quailmen to try and move on up. Coming in at number 7, though, dropping down, I had to finally do it. You got the Cameron Cavaliers. I mean, 4-3, it's not bad, but on a 3-game skid, is not looking too good. And now they've got the Rune Dogs this week, who I'm going to go ahead and put them in here at number 6. You got the Rune Dogs here, and they're playing right now. And the Rune Dogs are up 19-0 already. And it's looking like the Cavs may lose 4 in a row, and the Rune Dogs are going to have 5 wins on the season. That'll be 4 straight, I think, for the Rune Dogs if that happens. So we got, 2 teams right here going in opposite directions, but maybe the Cavs can, correct that. Coming in at number 5, dropping down a spot or 2, you got the Vietnam Voyagers. Took a loss last week, but they have the Cartel this week, so it's like a little bit of a bye. However, maybe closer than the experts think. Coming up to number 4, though, you got the Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks. This team is solid, man, and they're going to have a tough matchup this week against the Dumpster Fire. They are already losing, but this team is just beat to hell right now. And Quentin Johnston did nothing for them. I don't know if he even fucking played. Did he play? Yeah, he played. Not that many snaps. Only 50% of the snaps for Johnston. But they didn't really need to play him, considering he's been a little hurt and the Chargers beat the fuck out of the Vikings. So I can see that, but that is tough for the Tiger Sharks already to start off this game. They didn't start Aaron Jones, though. Smart by them, because he didn't do fuck all either. So this team is not dead just yet. They need Baker Mayfield to do some stuff. We'll get into that when we get to that matchup. Coming in at number 3, top 3 stayed the same. You got the Mothmen, you got the Dumpster Fire, and you got the Trolls. It was tough to either put the Tiger Sharks at 3 or the Mothmen at 3. But really, just because the Mothmen have scored so, about 60 more points or so than the Tiger Sharks, that's really about the only reason for that. But yeah, nothing too crazy in the power rankings. Not much has changed. Just the Cavs dropping and the Tiger Sharks going up. Otherwise, there's not much change here. Let's get into the matchups. Matchup number 1, you got the 2-5 LA Finesse at the 6-1 Charleston Trolls. And where the hell is this game? The Trolls are up 4-0, so 2 safeties by the Trolls. Vegas has got the Trolls winning this one by only 23. It might be more because the Trolls, they're expected to get 137, but they've been scoring 160 on the reg this year, and I don't really see it stopping this week. Give me the Trolls by a lot in this one, and essentially putting Finesse out of their misery. Matchup number 2, you got the 1-6 Miami Cartel at the 5-2 Vietnam Voyagers. The Voyagers are winning 39-19 in the second quarter, but Vegas only has the Voyagers winning this one by a touchdown. Voyagers couldn't get much out of Jefferson, Addison, and Mason for the Vikings, of course. Thursday games, man, and the Vikings just look like dog water. But they may have found a diamond in the rough in Gadsden at tight end. Voyagers now turning into a very, very solid tight end team. They've got just a plethora of them, and even shipped one of them off for some picks earlier this week. And the Cartel, they got 19 out of Kamani Vidal. Everyone says different shit. I don't know what the pronunciation is of his name. I think it's Vidal. But yeah, looking pretty solid. But the Cartel could pull this one out. I mean, it's going to come down to the quarterbacks again. The Voyagers are deploying newly acquired Joe Flacco, and the Cartel are putting in C.J. Stroud, who hasn't been that good this year, but he has looked better over the last month. So we'll see if he can put up some points to get a big upset for the Cartel and keep their tiny playoff hopes alive, and the Voyagers need to avoid this stupid loss so they can keep hold in the West. Let's get out to matchup number 3. You got the reverse colors here. You got the 4-3 Long Island Roondogs at the 4-3 Cameron Cavaliers. Both teams are just looking like Navy or Georgia Tech or whatever team has this color scheme. The Roondogs are up 19-0, and Vegas has them winning by over 3 touchdowns. So if the Cavs lose this game, that's a 4-game losing streak. If the Roondogs win this game, that's a 4-game winning streak. So again, like I said, both teams are going in opposite directions. Roondogs want to keep it going, keep it rolling, and the Cavs have got to stop the bleeding. But the Cavs have donkey shit for running backs, whereas the Roondogs have got superstars. So it's going to be up to them to do some big things. Ladd McConkey had a great day for the Roondogs. So this Cavs team needs to get back to how they looked earlier in the year. And the Roondogs don't even have a defensive lineman starting right now. Who the hell is their D lineman? They've got a couple guys. I think they've got some guys waiting in the wings. They just haven't been inserted in there yet. So Vegas is going to have to add some more points. So maybe 4 touchdowns in this one. But Cavs have got to get a win here if they want to tie the Voyagers with a possible upset this week. Matchup number 4. You got the 3-4 French Quarter Quailmen at the 5-2 Midlands Mothmen. You got the Quailmen, Mothmen, men. And this game is tied at 25. 25 for the Quailmen, 25 for the Mothmen in the second quarter. Vegas has the Quailmen winning this game by 5 points, by almost a touchdown, which is very interesting. The Mothmen are at home with a better record, but Vegas has the upset. So there's some money to be made in this game. Herbert already did fantastic things for the Quailmen, whereas the Mothmen got some some fantastic and or great points out of their kicker, Dicker, and Jonathan Grenard for their defensive lineman, which I don't know, he was a fucking D lineman. I thought he was just a linebacker. Linebacker DL. I didn't know they changed that. But yeah, got some good points out of him. I think they just picked him up and slotted him in there this week. I think so. Yeah, picked him up and played him a day later, and he got him 10 points. So both teams, again, it's tied at 25. This is going to be a very, very close game. This could be game of the week after the fact. Quailmen want to get back to 500, and the Mothmen want to avenge a loss from last week to keep pace with the dumpster fire. It's gonna be tough for either team here, though. Rivalry game of the week. You got the Garbage Bowl. You got the 1-6 Hickory Grove Heaters at the winless 0-7 Tiananmen Square Tanks. The Tanks are up by a field goal, 3-0, early in the game in the first quarter. Vegas has got the Heaters winning by like 30 points. But again, the Heaters only have one win on the season for a reason, and the Tanks but the Tanks are also winless for a reason. But I think if there's going to be a time for the Tanks to pick up their first win, if it's not going to be the Cartel, it's got to be against the Heaters. And this is a rivalry game. They're at home. They can possibly pull this off, but they have got to have a big day, I think, from Drake May and Chuba Hubbard to have a fucking shot at this. But this team is just trash. None of their guys are number 1 guys. So it's going to be very tough for the Tanks. But hey, we've seen some upsets. Not too many this year, but it could happen. Game of the week. You got the 5-2 Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks at the 6-1 Columbia Dumpster Fire. The Dumpster Fire are winning 12-0 here in the first quarter, and Vegas is giving them a 2-touchdown advantage. Again, Tiger Sharks are beat the hell up, whereas the Dumpster Fire are a little injured, but it doesn't really matter for them because all of their guys are just world beaters anyways. Godwin is still out, and Mike Evans is done for the year for the Tiger Sharks now. Njoku is questionable, so looks like he's going to ride the bench, and they're going to roll with Pitts. So I think I think for the Tiger Sharks to win this game, they really need Pitts to fucking get 20. Dude's only got 1 touchdown, hasn't done fuck all year pretty much, and now they just had Johnston drop a deuce. Drop a goose egg. And, yeah, Tiger Sharks are going to need this. However, if they lose, it's not the end of the world for them. They're still secured in their spot in the South. But if they do lose and the Quailmen win and the Trolls win, which they most likely will, then they're going to be in a little bit of a tough spot. But either or for both of these teams, a loss is not the end of the world. And a win is not amazing either. However, this is still big. Of course, you want to win every game. Don't know if the Tiger Sharks can pull this one out, but hey, they got to win last week. They've been looking very strong, even with a beat-up ass team. Maybe they can do it. Let's see. On to the predictions. Last week, we had Chunks make his picks, went 5-1, tying Rico from a couple weeks prior. And so now we're looking pretty decent, 57% overall on the season. This week, though, Graydon made his picks, and nothing too crazy about these picks. He's got the Trolls over the Finesse, which is chalk. He's got the Voyagers over the Cartel, which is chalk. He does have the Rune Dogs over the Cavs, which is not an upset anymore. And the Rune Dogs, because both of them got the same damn record. And honestly, let's see, the Cavs, Rune Dogs have only scored 20 fewer points on the season than the Cavs. But yeah, not an upset by any means, so not a bad pick there with how they're looking. Got the Mothmen over the Quailmen, which is fairly chalk, but looking like a close game. Could go either way. He does have the Heaters over the Tanks, which I guess is technically chalk with a combined fucking record of what? 1-13. But that one is for the Heaters, so hey, technically chalk there. But he's got the Tiger Sharks over the Dumpster Fire in a, again, not a huge upset, but honestly, even with the Tiger Sharks having 5 wins on the season, Dumpster Fire only 6, this would be a big upset. Just based on caliber of the teams here and just how they both look. Again, Dumpster Fire aren't as hurt as the Tiger Sharks, but Tiger Sharks are fighting for their coach. They said, we're not going to miss the playoffs anymore. We're tired of getting number 1 pick and shit, phantom picks. They don't want that. They want playoffs, and they're going to look for it right now. Again, down 12-0, 8:41 to go in the first. I can read the bottom pretty easy. Yeah. And yeah, it's still raining. We had a typhoon last week, and I guess it hit some kind of depression or something, like cold water front, something on my screen. A cold water front right before it was going to hit us, and nothing happened. It's been raining every single day except the day that the fucking thing made landfall. That day it was perfect. Weird. Let's get into golf. I don't know what I'm talking about weather right now. Golf. Where's my golf? So, this is looking rough, guys. Graydon shot another quad birdie on the day to bring him from 9 under to 13 under. Now he has a commanding 8-stroke lead over second place Chunks. Chunks only shot a birdie. P-Man got a bogey, so they're just kind of switching places right now between second and third place. Other notables, Hunter shot 3 birdies with 1 bogey, so decent. And then Sam looked so good last week or 2 weeks ago, and then he comes back this week and shoots 5 fucking bogeys. Rough. So Sam went from 1 over back down to 6 over. Just looking rough, but yeah, as Coach Rico said, Graydon's already clearing a spot in his house for that goal line Stein, and honestly now with 8 strokes is crazy, and we're only halfway, through these holes. Still got 7 more to go, but halfway, getting 13 under par is insane, and these other teams have got to start doing some big things. Hunter's finally got his his stroke down, going from, I don't know, I think Hunter was down in the 10th or 11th, and now he's up tied for third. Germ, Mandy, and E-Man, Dan, and Rico just seem to just stay locked in at these low pars. And, yeah, Rybo, hey, I don't think Rybo, nothing happened to him. Yeah, he took the day off. So he just stayed at 8 over. So he's not to double digits just yet. Looking pretty good. But let's go ahead and hop on out of here. Yeah, nothing crazy. I'm getting this one out early today, guys, because I am flying to Hanoi tomorrow morning. I've got a big interview, actually, not teaching. If I get this, I'll definitely be moving back to Hanoi, and honestly, hopefully sooner rather than later, because the school I work at sucks, and shit's bad, and this other company would be mighty fine, mighty sweet if I get this job. So give me some good luck and some good vibes. I would like to, get paid a little more money. I got to help out my team. But yeah, there's nothing else, guys. Good luck this week, and stay dry, because this shit's wet. That sounded kind of gross. All right, okay, bye.